Hello, my loves. So today I want to go ahead and share this video really quickly on how I decided to go ahead and make the transition to consuming a whole food plant-based diet and what really made me make the transition. So as many of you guys know, one of my previous videos, I really struggle with a lot of acute and chronic illnesses. So anywhere from cystic acne to Candida Overgrowth, yeast infections, to having respiratory infections, sinus infections. Cystic acne was so bad, my whole forehead was purple. I'm not wearing any makeup right now, except for some mascara. And yeah, you can see my skin in its current state. Before it was covered in cystic acne so bad it was purple. I used to struggle with fainting spells, never being able to gain weight, and what else? Guys, honestly, so many different things. I'll go ahead and list them in the description box below. But I really feel like it's so important that when these symptoms come up, we really come to realize that anytime we're prescribed a pill, anytime we're given any type of medication, that's really a temporary solution. Nobody wants to be on medication the rest of their lives. Let me fix my camera. Nobody wants to be on medication for the rest of their lives, and it is not a solution to help you live your best life, you know? So when it comes down to really trying to go ahead and have great health, have optimal health, you want to make sure that you engage in figuring out, okay, what lifestyle habits do I have to change that I'm currently engaging in that are to my detriment? You know, and oftentimes we know what these things are, even though we sometimes engage in them for so long that they become a habit to us. We know what these things are that are more toxic behaviors that we do engage in. So for instance, mine was eating dozens of cupcakes a week, you know, always having beef burgers, never eating fruits, never eating vegetables, just consuming, honestly, the standard American diet to where it's something like 12% plant-based food items. That also includes the processed food, 63% dairy and meat. And I can't get the other numbers right now in my head. But yeah, that's, you know, that's a little bit extreme. You know, you want to make sure that the majority of the food that you do consume is predominantly plant-based. It's what's going to help us heal and regenerate ourselves on a cellular level. It is what is filled with plants, plant medicine, vegetables, let's say fruits, nuts, seeds, whole grains, you know, fruit. These are the things that are really going to help you heal yourself on a cellular level, because they contain the antioxidants that only plants produce, which our cells need to be able to help prevent ourselves from environmental toxins. They also contain the vitamins, minerals, trace minerals that our cells need to be able to rejuvenate themselves and replenish and be healthy and thriving. You know, and they also contain what else? The fiber that our digestive tract needs to make sure that it stays cleansed, you know, so that we can make sure that we maintain a healthy balance of good bacteria, and that it pulls toxins from our digestive tract as well to prevent any bacterial infections, among another guys, I can't even talk right now. Among a list of other issues that we can struggle with, like IBS, diverticulitis, like all these different things that can be the result of consuming so much animal product that it then sits there and begins to fester in our digestive tract, and it forms holes. And guys, it's a number of different things, you know, and it's different for everyone, but there is a common theme that when we do engage in living a more holistic lifestyle, you know, we are able to go ahead and have more optimal health. You know, instead of taking some prescribed medications, for instance, when it comes down to having any type of bacterial or viral or fungal infection, my go-to is oil of oregano. You know, I dilute it in some olive oil and I have it in a little tincture bottle, and that's what we use. When it comes down to my daughter, if she's 3 years old now, and she's been plant-based vegan her whole entire life, and she's only had one illness, and that was about for 48 hours, and she just had a little bit of some congestion in her chest. So I did some research and I came across this herb called lobelia, and that's now what we use if we ever struggle with any type of respiratory infection. It's even been proven to help cure asthma, you know, so this goes to show its potency and how much of a great herb it is. And like I said, some of these herbs are very potent, so you want to make sure you look up how to dilute them and how to properly utilize them, if they're best taken alone, or if you can mix it in with a shake, or have it with a certain type of food combined with it to help its efficiency and help its potency and curing you, you know, because we have to switch to realize that we are cellular beings. You know, we are made up of cells, everything. We're all cells. So it's like we have to go ahead and see what we need on a cellular level to really thrive. For instance, selenium. The purpose of selenium in the body is to be able to help the body, to help the cell wall stay strong so it can keep out any carcinogens from entering the cell, you know? And the majority of Americans are deficient in selenium just like they are in magnesium. And these all come from plant-based food items. The best source of selenium are Brazil nuts. And you can go ahead and just consume one of them a day and you get your daily need for selenium met just by doing that. You know, like I just really recommend that we go ahead and see what our bodies need down to a cellular level to see how we can really start healing. That's like part of my whole holistic practice because like I said, when I first went plant-based, and I was able to heal myself in 2 weeks by doing a raw food fast for my 4 physicians I was seeing, my primary care physician and 3 specialists. And none of them for 2 years were able to help me with anything that I was struggling with. And I did my own research because I was fed up. I was tired. I was to the point where I was wearing a telemetry monitor. They were recommending surgery in my nasal passage to be able to help me remove all of the buildup of mucus that was just, my face was always in so much pain due to the buildup of mucus. And 2 weeks of doing a raw food fast, you guys, all of my symptoms were gone. And my skin has been in great health ever since. Obviously, it's around my time of the month. I got a little bump, but you know what? It's never really worse than just having a few little bumps here and there, which is normal depending on environmental factors, hormonal factors. If I ate something I knew I shouldn't have eaten, then it shows up on my face immediately. And that's the thing. When you start eating healthier, you begin to develop a relationship with your body to where you know when an illness is coming up. You know when something is off in your body. And then you're able to go ahead and take care of it before it progresses and gets worse. But the society we live in really does bank on the fact that we are so misinformed about our bodies and what is truly healthy for us on a cellular level, you know, because if we all were so much more in touch with our bodies and with ourselves, then what would they have to sell us? All of these major corporations, you know? So you guys, I really just think it's important that we learn to take responsibility more for our own health, that we really realize that when it comes to healing ourselves, sorry, it's a little bit of noise outside. You might hear my dog bark. So yes, when it comes down to healing ourselves, it's like you yourself hold the key. You know, especially the world that we live in now. It's like we live in this era of like mass information everywhere, you know, and sometimes there's a lot of misinformation, but it really comes down to you trying different things and seeing what works for you. But I do believe, just like the way that there's a law of gravity, let's say, right? There are certain laws that we all function by, and I believe the fact that we are all cellular beings does show that there are specific foods you can consume that will support your cellular structure, you know. So I really recommend looking into those things. There's a book that I love, and it is called Healing with Whole Foods by Paul Pitchford. That's a really, really good book. I recommend you guys check that out to really learn more about holistic food practices. You know, I feel like it's a really, really beneficial book. It's played a large role in my healing journey, mostly with helping my clients. It's an amazing read. It's a big book. It's about 700 pages, I think, but it's amazing. So yeah, you guys, you hold the key to optimal health in your hands. And this is my second day doing videos. I really want to do 30 days of doing videos up until mid-November. So we're going to do this time. And I just wanted to show up, show my face, share a little bit of knowledge with you guys today. Hop on here. If you guys have any questions, be sure to comment below. And I will also provide you guys with links to be able to go ahead and get in touch with me and connect more via social media and one-on-one sessions and things like that. So you guys have an amazing day today. Sending lots of love.